Alright, so welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be restoring the RSO Santa Fe 040, which I got in that previous lot. If you can already probably see, yes, I've changed the camera orientation. It was actually a pretty hard thing to do compared to other things, as the chair and me are rather tall, so the chair is lowered as much as possible, and I'm basically leaning over. And I have basically the phone stand on 2 blocks of wood. I'll just put a photo in here quickly. So, yeah, that's really the reason I've done changes. I also restored this trolley off camera, so let's just get straight into restoring the 040. So, take off the screw. So, here's the inside of it. It looks like it has a slightly newer motor, and it also doesn't have a light. I think they use the same chassis, but a different Plymouth shell for the 040s, so they did nothing to the chassis. It's still pretty good and basic, but I had to glue the motor in because it was actually falling out of place and would ungear, so that was a problem I was having with the thing, so I fixed that. So I'm gonna go grab some more Q-tips and then we'll begin restoring this. So I'm back with some more Q-tips. I'm almost out, so I'm gonna have to get some more before the next restoration, so let's get into taking this apart. So there's just 3 screws under here. The 2 on the ends basically hold in the coupler and provide extra support. There's that one. And then this one is the main one that holds it down and actually keeps everything in place. Also, having the camera oriented like this makes it easier for me to keep the train on screen. If anything, it might just go a little far back like that. So I'm just going to take the wheel sets out now. I think I'll also take this weight out. It's actually pretty firmly held in place by that. So this chassis basically is pretty stripped, so I don't think there's much cleaning that needs to be done here, but there's a bit I'll do anyway on the bearings and stuff. Just a tiny bit of dirt came off that one. That one had slightly more dirt. I think the back ones will have the most dirt since they're the ones that actually pick up stuff. Yeah, I see. There's a fair bit of dirt coming out of these. The contacts also don't seem that dirty, but I'll just give them a bit of a cleaning up anyway, because probably a good thing. I've also got parts from a recently popular video of an engine that I bought that's been taking quite a lot of time to actually work on in the rubbing alcohol while the paint stripping as well, or well, at least loosening so I can strip it off. I'm just going to clean off these wheels here. That one doesn't seem super dirty. This one here seems a bit dirty. I'll just clean off the area with the contacts. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's quite a bit of grease on the gear here. So I kind of need to work on cleaning that off. The wheel itself on this side also seems a little bit dirty. So the other wheels seem relatively clean. It's just this one in particular, it seems like. So I'm just going to give that a good cleaning. And I'm going to use the other side to just get anything that the alcohol missed, since this one seems slightly dirtier. Alright, I think that's pretty good now, so I'm just going to get myself a tiny bit of oil on each of the bearings and then put the wheels back in place, which is a difficult process on some of these. I think the cap on this is a bit tight. That might be enough. Let's see. loosen it just a tiny bit more. A little bit more. This is kind of leaking a bit of oil, so I'm going to tighten that. Took some time, but we got all the oil in that one contact. That one's good now. That one seems good. And then so is that one. So I'm going to clean off these oily and greasy hands quickly with this little paper towel I've got right here, so I don't get much oil on the wheels. I do need to get better oil soon in the future, but don't really have anything at the moment to get oil with. I'll just move that out of the way while I get the bearings in place here. Tiny bit trickier to get these in. Here's my other wheel set now. I'm going to get that one under there. This one, again, seems to have slipped out, so putting in these contacts is slightly difficult. Here, I'm just going to complete getting the in off camera, and then we'll come back to give the gear some oil. Alright, so that's back in. Now it's time to give the two gears some oil. Again, I'm running slightly low on. I think I'll be good for these next few restorations, but the next thing I'm probably going to end up buying is some better oil and grease. I think that's a good amount of oil there. So I'm going to get back to reassembly. First, what I'm going to do is put in one screw in the middle, if it doesn't get stuck in the wheels. So we're going to put in this middle screw here first. Now I'm going to fish that other screw out of there. Now we're going to plop the little coupler into here. Just like that. So now let's screw that one in place. There's that screw in place. I think I need to tighten it just a tiny bit more. Then the other screw, put that back in place. Seems pretty good, so let's plop the shell or weight back in first. I almost forgot about that. There's the weight back in place. Now we can put the shell back on. Here, I think I'll just wipe off my hands to try and not get any more oil on the actual shell itself. The shell is kind of a bit finicky to get on, but there, our engine is completely cleaned and oiled, so let's go over to the track and give it a bit of a test. So I already have tested the thing, and it doesn't sound the greatest, but it works a bit better. I think, as you can see, I had to add a bit of weight to the back. I'm pretty sure the issue's just with the worm gear in the engine, so I might need to figure out a way to get it a new worm gear in the future, so other than that, at least it runs a bit better now, so thanks for watching, And if you want to see another video with another 040 being restored more successfully, click on the screen around now.